Welcome once again to Lehto's Law. Here's Steve Lehto.
Let's just be honest here. At this point, my life is becoming performance art. I shoot these videos that talk about the law, and I've mentioned before that if you want to, you can friend me on Facebook. And so I've got a lot of people who've friended me on Facebook. And I will admit now that most of the friends on Facebook are not people I actually know. They're not actually my friends, except for in the way that Facebook uses the term friend. But the reason this is funny is that as a result of the fact that I accept all friend requests, except for the obvious ones from the women out there who do things on the internet that I don't want to have anything to do with. I know they're not really women. It's not the point. So I got a friend request this morning from a man calling himself John, and there's a photograph of a guy who could be just a typical American guy, and a lot of people who contact me are just typical American guys saying, Steve, I'm on Facebook, let's be friends. So I say, sure. So within 30 seconds of accepting the friend request from John, I got a message from John. It says, hello, how are you doing? No question mark. Hello, how are you doing? So there's a problem when you get friended by somebody and immediately get the stupid, hello, how are you doing? Because that's often the lead up to somebody who is trolling through Facebook, looking for victims, and they are just sending out friend requests, and the second they get a friend request back, they then send the thing, hello, how are you doing? So I wrote back and I said, good. Technically, I am doing good. And I don't start with that well stuff. I'm doing good. To which he responded, good to hear that I'm doing great and excited. I was just wondering if you received your government grant pay to stay at home, ? Now, I can tell by the man's photograph that the photograph is of a man who has better language skills than that. Good to hear that I'm doing great and excited. I was just wondering, and this is all one run-on sentence, but good to hear that I'm doing great? I didn't ask you how you were doing. I simply responded and said, I'm good. I was just wondering if you received your government grant pay to stay at home. Now, the stimulus checks and the money that's coming, they're not paying you to stay at home. That's not what that's for. It's a stimulus check. But of course, people who are sitting in other countries trolling for victims on Facebook don't understand the nuances of this. Now, I understand this is a scam, so I have no intention of engaging this person beyond this. But we've talked about the email scams and obviously the phone scams, and now, of course, there's the Facebook scams. And these have been around. Probably the second person who got on Facebook tried to scam the first person on Facebook. That's just how it had to have been. But I said, not yet. I've not gotten anything from the government yet. So I wrote, not yet. To which he responded, oh, really? Have received my cash money from them. You don't have to pay it back or pay tax over it. You can, ASLO, try to get in touch with their agent online on your phone, ? I could translate this into English for if you want me to. He basically said, hey, you haven't got yours yet, I got mine. And you don't have to pay taxes on it. But you can reach him by phone, which of course you can't. But he's a scammer, he doesn't know that. So I wrote, I did not know that. This is true, I didn't know that. This is not true. How could I have known something that's not true? He wrote, if you wouldn't mind, I can share you the agent private number where I also applied to. If you wouldn't mind, I can share you the agent private number. See, and I know people are going to say, Steve, they're using bad English on purpose. No, they're not. This person's not capable of speaking proper English. They don't understand English above, I'd say, like a third or fourth grade level. So he wrote, if you wouldn't mind, I can share you the agent private number where I also applied to. And I wrote, sure. S-U-R-E, sure. To which he wrote, this is the agent private number, +1 303-536 8285. Now, here's the thing. In America, we don't write +1 in front of a phone number. That's what people do who dial internationally. So the guy I'm talking to is not sitting in America. He's sitting in a cafe in, I believe, Nigeria. And there's a couple other countries in other parts of the world where there are internet cafes where the entire business model is that people come in and buy time to get on the internet to rip people off in America. So the phone number is 1-303-536-8285. That's the phone number and it says, "This is the agent private number. Just text him right now that you are ready to applied, past tense, for the government grant pay to stay at home, okay?" To which I responded, "Can't I call him? I don't have text." It'd be funnier if I could get him on the phone, right? To which he wrote, "No, just text him." So apparently the agent will take a text, but not a phone call. So then I wrote, "Can I call you? Come on, John, we're friends. We're Facebook friends. Work with me, buddy." To which he wrote, "I can pick call right now, okay, because am busy right now. Once am finished, I will call you, okay?" If you speak like that, I'm not sure we can communicate, but then I wrote, "Can't I just let the government deposit the money into my bank account?" I mean, that seems like the obvious choice. To which he wrote back, "Just text the agent, okay?" So apparently you just text him. Just text him. Text the agent, okay? No punctuation. Which I then responded to with, "Why? What can he do for me?" Seems like an obvious question. What can he do for me? What can you do for me? Why am I doing these things? Why am I wasting my time talking to this man? Well, it's obvious. He then wrote, again, "Just text the agent, okay? The agent will told you all you need to do, okay?" And again, this guy he probably took an English class when he was like 7 years old, retained some of it. So then I wrote, "Who does he work for?" Now that should be an answer that he has. He should be able to say he works for the government. He works for the IRS. The Treasury, anything. Who does he work for? He then said, "A friend of mine that got money from the program also let me know about this, and when I contact the agent, I was told to fill a form, and I got my money delivered to me after I fill out the requirement form. Just try to text the agent. He will explain to you more about it." But that doesn't tell me who he works for. He says I have to fill out a form, which of course no one's got to fill out a form. That's nonsense. And then I said, "What is your friend's name?" What's his name? What's the name of the friend you have? To which he responded, "Why you are asking me, just text the agent, okay?" Now, it's 10:23, and I've had this guy going now for about 45 minutes. And according to this, he's got the bouncing bubbles indicating that he's responding back to me, because I responded to him. I said, "What state do you live in?" Because technically speaking, if he's received money under this program, he's in America, right? He must have a state of residence. What state do you live in? He says, "Why are you asking me? Just text the agent, okay?" So the funny part about it is I then said, "Dude, seriously, I'm a consumer protection attorney. Does anyone really fall for this?" To which he wrote, "Just try to text the agent right now before it get late, okay?" So then he writes, after "What state do you live in?" "Why you asking me? Just text the agent, okay?" And I'm writing, "I don't believe you, but I am amused by you." So, I'm not sure how much longer he'll waste his time on me, because he's probably got a dozen people going right now. And of those dozen, maybe all 12 will drop out. Maybe 11 will drop out. But some people are going to go, "Well, he did give me a phone number. And the phone number appears to be in Colorado. I think area code 303 is in Colorado. 303-536-8285. Wouldn't that be a Colorado number?" I don't feel bad, by the way, giving that number out because it's a scammer. But, and I'm not encouraging anyone to text it or call it because the guy's a scammer. But the point is, and again, we've talked about this before. Yes, I'm I can't help myself. I'm just having too much fun with this. We've talked about this before. There are people out there who shouldn't be on the internet. People out there who shouldn't be driving. People out there whose dogs shouldn't be driving. The point is, if you finally got your grandmother on the internet, you finally got your mother on the internet, it took them 10 years to get a computer. And they finally got on the internet. And they finally learned how to send a Gmail to Aunt Joanne. She's in another state. She says there's some way that she can send me a picture through the computer. Is that possible? We all know these people. And some of them are on Facebook. And we know these people who recently discovered Facebook. Okay? And you need to have the same discussion with them that you had about scam emails, about the phone, you need to have the discussion with them about Facebook. If someone sends you a friend request, look at it and ask yourself, do I know this person? And if you don't, you might want to just decline the friend. I know it seems rude. There are people from a generation above ours who believe you should be polite to everyone. Those of us who got on the internet a few years ago understand that you can't be polite to everyone. And some people don't deserve politeness. And so if someone sends you a friend request and you don't know who the person is, and it's just a picture of some random dude that says John, if you don't recognize that person, you do not have to friend them. But if you friend the person and they send you a note and say, hi, how are you? I've figured out how to get free money from the government. You need to explain to the people in your life that those are the people that you have to say, I'm sorry, you're not someone I know, goodbye, and unfriend them. Okay? So I don't know if I can do it as cleanly on this phone as I can do on my desktop. But in about 3 minutes, I'm going to go and delete this guy and block him so he can't try to refriend me again. But you do need to have that talk. The same talk you had about the phone, same talk you had about the emails. If you're on YouTube or any social media, if your grandmother is on TikTok, okay? If your great aunt is on Twitter, what's this world coming to? I don't know. The point is, have the talk with them. And yes, this is ironic, okay? When you were growing up, they had a talk with you probably. Maybe not, but they should have. When you're growing up, they had to talk with you. Now, it's our turn to have the talk with them. There you go. Questions or comments, put them below. Otherwise, talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching Lehto's Law. Too bad the early steam car went out with the early steam television.